Guys, good afternoon. Am I audible, guys?
Hi, Dinesh.
Hi.
Yeah, you're audible.
Audible, right? Okay. Okay. Right. And yes, let me quickly create one folder also. Say this is my Git demo. Yeah. Okay. We have a Git demo, so I can go to this particular part. Yes. Fine. Okay. Guys, quickly, I will try to, create one local repository in my local machine as a developer. I'm going to do that one. After that, I can push this code to my remote repository. Let's see the steps, how we can perform. Right? So quickly, the first step, I need to initialize one empty Git repository in this particular project. How? How to initialize an empty Git repository? A command called
Git init.
Yes, we have to use a command called git init, correct. So when you use the git init command, it will initialize empty Git repository in the Git demo folder or maybe a directory, or you can call it as a project. Now, this is not a regular directory, but it is a Git directory, maybe I can call it. Then what is the next step? Suppose I'm going to create one file. Say this is one normal file. Say test1.txt file. And here I have written say test1, right? Test1. And I'm saving this file, WQ, and I have to use this one. Now tell me, if I use git status, what it will say? What is the git status? Untracked file, correct?
Yeah,
untracked file, right? When you use git status, it is saying it is an untracked file. So this untracked file, I need to move from untracking state or working copy to the staging area. How to move this file from working copy to staging area? With the help of a git add command. So git space add space, either you can put dot or you can put the file name. Say the file name is test1.txt file. When you press enter, now if you check the git status, it will tell you now my file is under the staging area that I have to commit. How to commit, guys? How to commit the file?
Git commit.
Exactly. Git commit space -m. We have to give some message. Say I am giving first commit is the message. Now press enter. And it is asking to set the username and password. Git config -. Either you can use global or you can use the local. That's your wish. Yes, can you tell me what is the difference between global and local? When we should use the global, when we should use the local?
It's a worldwide for you'll use for a global.
Yeah. See, I am launched easy to instance, right? In easy to instance, we can able to create n number of directory. Is that right or not? Yes or no?
Yeah.
As like a Git demo, I can able to create thousands of directory. All these 1,000 directory, suppose if you are going to use same username and password, then you can use global. Or otherwise, suppose only for Git demo project, Git demo is the project name, right? Only for this directory, I'm going to use this username and password, means you can use local. Choice is yours. Whether this email address and username, it is pertaining to only for this particular project or for all the directory. Are you getting my point? What is global and local? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
As of now, let me make it a global for all the directory user.name, and I'm giving a name. Name is Dinesh, say Uranium. Dinesh Uranium. It's a username I'm giving. And again, I need to set the email address also. User.email, which is Dinesh Uranium at gmail.com. Press enter. That's it. If you want to check this one, simply you can write git config --. List if you type it. Yes, username and user email got set. as a next step. Now, if I check the Git status, it is saying everything is set. Nothing to commit. Working directory is very clean. Now, what I need to do, I need to push the code from the local repository to the Git repository or remote repository. How can I move the code from the local repository to remote repository? For that, first of all, you have to set the remote, right? So if I type git remote, right? Git remote, it is giving nothing. Thereby it means that we don't have any remote repository, we done. So what I will do, I will go ahead and I will log in this github.com and then let me create one new repository, create a new repository. In this new repository, I can give a repository name, say the repository name is, say this is April Git session, like that. I'm giving some repository name. And if you want to give the description, you can give it. Otherwise, you can leave it and make it as a public repository. Rest of the thing, you can keep it as it is. Click on create repository. Click on create repository. Now you have a remote repository. URL, right, got generated. Let me copy this remote repository and simply type git. We have a command called git remote add space origin. In that, you have to paste your remote repository URL. Git remote add origin. It is the remote URL, remote repository URL. When you press enter, now if you check git remote, it will tell you there is an origin, right? There is an origin. Origin is nothing but this remote repository URL. So this particular remote, I need to push the code. But before that, when I type git branch command, it is saying master branch. Yesterday I told you. In remote, we don't have a master branch. Recently, they made some update. Thereby, the branch name is main. So locally also, I'm going to update this branch from master to main. How? With the help of a command called git. What is the command?
branch. Git branch
-m.
space -5
Yes.
main.
Yes, main. Correct. Super. So we can change the name from master to main. That's it. If you type this git branch command, it is saying main is the branch. That's it. This is the time to push the code. But to push the code, what we require? We need the username along with the access token, the personal access token. So personal access token, it is already available, right? Yes, this is the personal access token. This is the personal access token. Okay. So let me quickly write git push space -u and origin. What is the branch name? Main is the branch name. Git push -u origin main. When you press enter, it is asking the username. Username is email address. You can give email address dinesh.oranium@gmail.com. Press enter. And personal access token, I already copied and it is available in my local machine. Let me paste it and press enter. Now see, it's completed. Can I check down in my account? Let me refresh this. When I refresh, see, I can see, right? My file test1.txt is not only available in the local, it is also available in remote also. It is also available in remote. Everyone clear how to push the code from local to remote?
So in real time also, it's the same procedure, Dinesh, or
So the
any
real time, the same procedure only, but in and there, see, when you join a new company, your project will be available in the remote itself. When you join, then what is the first step you basically do? You will clone the code from the remote to local. How to clone the code? That and all I will tell today, right? But you can wait. But as of now, suppose if you have a code in the local machine, how to push the code remote? Whatever the procedure I taught, right? That's the same procedure you will follow in the real time also.
okay.
Jaya, got it?
Yeah, Dinesh.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Now listen. Now suppose, yes, maybe we can stop it here. I will tell you another scenario. Listen. Suppose there is a project is. I can go to this one. And this is the project. Consider like this is one project. When you join a new company, you have joined a company. Now, what the people are saying, they are sharing this URL to you. And your manager saying, hey, please install this particular code into your local server or local machine. They are asking you to download this particular project to your local machine. Download this particular project into your local machine. How you guys can download this particular project? As a developer, as a tester, automation engineer, we are going to work with the same project. For that, this code should be available in your local machine, right? Then how can I get this code from the remote to local? You know how to push the code from local to remote. But my question is how to get the code from remote to local. Are you getting my point? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes. So in order to get this code from remote to local, say you can click on this code. Can you see one URL is available? You can see one URL is available, right? This is the URL, right? This is the URL of this particular project. Remote URL. Remote repository. Local machine means AWS EC2, correct? AWS EC2. Suppose in AWS EC2 machine only, if you are going to download EC2, it's a local for me. But suppose if you are using directly laptop, then laptop is my local. But in my case, I am downloading the code from github.com. GitHub.com, it's a remote. Remote to local. Who is local? Local is my EC2. Aman, are you clear? Aman, local refers, in my case, EC2. But in some cases, suppose if someone is not using the EC2, they are using their own laptop. That one laptop, we can call it as a local. Right. So let me go here. And so what I can do, I can go write a cd dot dot, cd space dot dot. And now I'm outside. So I can create one new directory, make directory, say this is, maybe I can give this particular name also. Or you can give some other name, say DevOps new, like that I can take it. Now press enter. I can go to this particular project, DevOps new. Now I am inside this DevOps new project, right? Now what I'm going to do, I am going to get this code. I will copy this remote URL and I will go to my EC2 server. Here, I'm going to use one command called, what's the command? Command is git space clone. Clone is the command. And you can control and paste it. Git clone that remote of URL, remote repository URL, GitHub repository URL. When you press enter, can you see your code got cloned? Let me check this one. If I type ls command, I can see, right, there is a project called DevOps 3 PM, April 2023. I can go to this particular project. I can go to this. And if I type ls space -al, can you see all the files? Whatever that you have written in the remote, now you can able to see in your local EC2 server. In your EC2 machine also you can able to see. So this is how you can get the code from remote to local with help of a git clone command. Git clone command, it is to download the code from the remote repository to the local repository or remote machine to the local machine. Here in my case, in remote machine is a GitHub, local machine is a EC2 server. Are you clear with this? What is git clone command is doing?
Yes.
Remember, when you use the git clone command, automatically you can see the .git file also. When you see, write the git status command, it is saying nothing to commit working directory change, because in GitHub, whenever if you want to push the code, you first initialize your git repository, then only you can able to push the code. That's the reason when you download, automatically you are getting .git also. .git also. Because here already you have a .git. Here already you have .git. So you cannot see this one, but you're already you have a .git. Are you clear so far? What is git clone command?
Dinesh, hidden files also downloads?
Yes, all the files.
Okay.
All the files will be getting downloaded from remote to local. So any project, if you want to download, you guys can able to download. In Google also, there are many public repositories. In Google, there are many public repositories. Suppose if you want to download this repository, you guys can able to download. How? With the help of a git clone command. With the help of a git clone, and if you pass the remote URL, you can able to download the complete remote repository from the remote server to the local server or local laptop, whatever. Everyone clear?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me write again cd dot dot, cd space dot dot, cd space dot dot. And now I am here and ls, I will go to git demo project once again. Inside the git demo project. Right? Now, I will tell you another scenario now. You know what is git clone now? Listen. Suppose this is the particular project which is git demo, which is April git session. Okay. Okay. This is the project. Now suppose there's another developer. Maybe consider like Kritika is another developer. Kritika is another developer. What she is doing, she also has a EC2 server, right? Maybe she also launched an EC2 server. From the EC2 server, she is contributing some code from the EC2 machine to this GitHub. From this GitHub. But right now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to add some file here, where I'm going to add this particular file in the remote machine, directly in the GitHub. Create a new file. Let me add one more file, which is called test2.txt file. And here I'm writing some message, say test2, and come below and just write some message. Say this is my second commit. Like that, I have written some message. Just I can click on commit a new file. Commit a new file. Now, how many files are available? One is test1.txt and another one is test2.txt. Now tell me, guys, this test2.txt, I'm just imagining like this file is contributed by Kritika. This file is contributed by Kritika from the local machine to the remote server. Now tell me, in Dinesh machine, in Dinesh EC2 server, how many files are available locally? One file or two files?
One file.
One file, which is nothing but test1.txt file. Now, suppose if you want to confirm this, let me clear this and type ls command. When you press enter, I can see only a test1.txt file. Test2.txt file, it is available in the remote, but it is not available in the local. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes. Now, the question is, how to get the test2.txt file to local? That's the question. How to get test2.txt file to my local? Can anyone tell me?
We can use the same git clone command.
Yes. Suppose if you are saying git clone command, first of all, you need to understand what is git clone. Git clone, exactly whatever you said, that's correct. But problem is git clone, what it will do? It will download test1.txt and also test2.txt and all the hidden file. It will be getting downloaded and then it will be getting overridden. It means that updated. Once again, it will download all the file. But only one change has happened, right? Test2.txt file only got changed. Yes or no?
Yes.
It means that I need only a changed file. I need only updated file. I don't want entire file once again should be downloaded to my local. Are you getting my point? Are you getting my point?
Yes.
Then in that case, how to handle? I don't want to download all the file from remote to local with the help of a git clone command, because I already have a file in the local machine. Only a new file is committed in the remote, which is called test2.txt. Only that file, I need it in local. Then in that case, do not use the clone command. do not use the clone command. Instead, use the command called git pull command. Git pull command. Git pull a remote name, which is origin, space a branch name, which is called main. When you use the git pull origin main, this time it will not download entire remote repository to the local. Instead, only updated file will be getting downloaded from the remote to local. When you press enter, now see, if I type ls space -al command, can you see test2.txt file also getting downloaded? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes.
Guys, remember this git pull command, right? Git pull command. It is not only affecting the local repository, but also it is affecting the working copy. Remember, this is one more important point you have to remember. When you use the git pull command, guys, you know, right? There are three workflow. One is working directory or working copy. The second one is in between state, which is called staging area. The third one is a committed area or local repository. Yes or no? Yes or no? So when you use the git pull command, the question is where it will be affected. Whatever the changes that you have in the remote, right, that will be affected in the working copy also in the local repository. In both the places, it will be affected. So it means that if I use the git status, right, you can see what it is saying, nothing to commit, working directory or clean, like that you can see the message. It will not say, right, can you add in the staging area? Oh, no, it will affect both a committed area and also working copy. This is one more important point you have to remember when you go with the pull command. Pull command, it is updating on your local repository along with the working copy. Everyone clear what is pull command is doing? Pull versus clone, are you clear? Pull and clone both are different. Clone is to download entire project from the remote to local. Pull, it is just to update your local. Maybe I will tell you in another words. Listen, when we should go for clone, when we should go for pull, I will tell you. See, suppose in your local, if you don't have a Git repository, initially you don't have a Git repository, right? If you don't have a Git, when I say Git repository, .git. In your local, if you don't have a .git, in that case, go with the clone command. If you already have a .git is got initialized in local, then go with the pull command. Very simple. When you don't have a .git available in your local machine, go for the clone command. If you have a git, .git, then go with a pull command. So to answer this, can you see? Initially, I use the git clone command. That time I don't have any local repository and all. Directly I use the git clone and repo URL. But git pull, right? When I use the git pull, I know, right? Already this is a git demo project. I have initialized the .git file here itself. That's the reason I have used the git pull command. So, or I can tell in another words, when you join a new company, in your local, definitely you don't have a code. The code is available in the remote machine. If you want to get the code from remote to local, use the git clone command. It's a one-time setup. After that, whenever any changes are happened on the remote, if you want to get the code to local, then you can use the git pull command. First time only git clone. Are you clear?
Yes, Dinesh. Actually, என்னன்னா நம்மளுக்கு ஆல்ரெடி டெலீட் ஆனது இல்ல என்டையர் ஃபைல் வேணா க்ளோன் யூஸ் பண்ணோம். ஜஸ்ட் நம்ம அப்டேட்டட் இப்போ இதுக்கு முன்னாடி இருக்கிற ஒரு இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் என்னன்னா அந்த புல் கமாண்ட் யூஸ் பண்ணணும்.
ஆமா, கரெக்ட். ரிமோட்ல ஏதாவது சேஞ்சஸ் நடந்திருக்கு, இன்னொரு டெவலப்பர் ஏதோ கான்ட்ரிபியூட் பண்ணிருக்காங்க, அந்த கோட் எனக்கு லோக்கல்ல வேணும்னா புல் கமாண்ட் யூஸ் பண்ணுங்க. ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டைம் ஜாயின் பண்ணும்போது அந்த ப்ராஜெக்ட் என்டையர் ப்ராஜெக்ட் உங்க மிஷின்ல இருக்காது, உங்க லேப்டாப்ல இருக்காது. அந்த கோடை எடுத்துட்டு வரதுக்காக க்ளோன் கமாண்ட் ஒரு டைம் தான் க்ளோன் யூஸ் பண்ணுவீங்க, மற்ற டைம்ல புல் தான். Is it okay?
But வந்து அந்த கிட் கமாண்ட்ல பண்றாங்க, கான்ட்ரிபியூட் பண்ணன்றாங்கல. இப்போ உங்க லாகின்ல வந்து இன்னொருத்தர் கான்ட்ரிபியூட் பண்ண முடியுங்களா?
என்னோட லாகின்ல நான் மட்டும் தான் கான்ஃபிகர் பண்ணிருப்பேன்.
பட் இப்போ நீங்க டெஸ்ட்2 சொன்னீங்க இல்லையா அது எப்படி
புரியல புரியல, நீங்க சொல்லுங்க, திருப்பி சொல்லுங்க கிருத்திகா. இப்போ
இப்போ
இந்த EC2 மிஷின் அவனுக்கு கிரியேட் பண்ணிருக்கல கிருத்திகா, இந்த
ஆமா.
EC2 மிஷின்ல நானு, கிருத்திகா, பமிதா, அகைன் ஜெயா, அமன் எல்லாருமே யூசரை ஆட் பண்ணிடுவாங்க. டிஃபரெண்ட் யூசர் ஐடி. நம்ம 5 டெவலப்பரும் இது ஒரே EC2 மிஷின்ல தான் ஒர்க் பண்ணுவோம்.
ஓகே
ரைட்டா? புரியுதா நான் சொல்றது?
ஓகே. அப்ப யூசர் ஐடி இல்லாதவங்க யாரும் நம்ம இப்ப வந்து அக்சஸ் பண்ண
பண்ண
முடியும்?
முடியாது. எப்படி பண்ண முடியும்? அவங்களால பண்ண முடியாது. அவங்களுக்கு ப்ராப்பரான பர்சனல் ஆக்சஸ் டோக்கன் இருக்கணும். உங்ககிட்ட யூசர் நேம் பாஸ்வேர்ட் இருக்கணும். அவங்க வேலிட் யூசரா இருந்தா மட்டும்தான் அவங்களால இதை கான்ட்ரிபியூட் பண்ண முடியும்.
ஓகே.
ஸோ ஆக்சஸ் இருக்கவங்க நம்ம எல்லாமே என்டையரா டவுன்லோட் பண்ணிக்க முடியும்.
Exactly. See, Pabita, to answer your question, if it is a public repository, anyone can able to download. But if it is a private repository, right, only the company will tell who can download this one. In real time, people never ever will use the public repository. For practice point of view only, we are using the public repository. In real time, the repository and all private repository. So they have to give the enough permission for you. Then only you can able to download.
Okay then.
So are you clear, guys? What is git clone and what is git pull?
Yes.
Yes. Right. So let me clear it. And now I'm going to do one more thing. Listen carefully. Suppose now Aman is contributing here. Aman is contributing here from his machine to this particular GitHub. Create a new file. Say this is test3.txt. Just imagine this one. Test3.txt. Right. Let me save this particular file. Say this is my third commit. I'm saying this is the third commit and commit a new file. Now we have totally 3 commits, right? Test1.txt, test2.txt, and test3.txt files are available. Now tell me, in Dinesh machine, will you able to see the particular file? Yes or no?
No.
Yep, exactly, right? And you cannot see the particular file. Only test1.txt, test2. Now tell me how to get the code from remote to local. How to get the code from remote to local? With the help of a pull command. Git pull, origin and main, right? But what pull will do, guys? Tell me what pull will do. Pull will download the code, will affect in both working copy and local repository. Agree?
Yes.
Yes. Now, instead of git pull, I'm going to use another command called git fetch command. Instead of git pull, I'm going to use a command called git fetch. Git fetch. And I'm pressing enter. Now it is also saying, right, a success. I'm getting the success message, 100% completed, it is saying. But if I check ls space -al, when you press enter, only test1.txt file I'm seeing, test2.txt file I can able to see. I'm not able to see test3.txt. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Remember, when you use the git pull command, in working copy along with local repository, both will be affected. But when you use the git fetch command, I'm typing git status here. It is also saying nothing to commit. Where it will be affected? That's the question. It will be affected only in the local repository. It will not affect in the working copy. Remember, when you use the git fetch, right, it will affect only in the where? In the local repository. It will not affect in the working copy. So let me prove. Only 1 minute, guys. Yeah, guys. So what I said actually, what I said, git fetch.
Git fetch.
Yeah. So remember, when I use the git pull command, it will affect your local repository and also working copy. But if I use the git fetch command, it will affect only your local repository. It will not affect your working copy. It will not affect your working copy. So let's see here. If I use git, say I'm writing git diff command, git diff. What's the branch name? The branch name is main. Local branch name is main. And what is the branch name in remote? Which is origin/main. Origin/main. When you press enter, and it is saying, right? Can you see here? Here we have diff is test3.txt file, test3.txt file. We have added the new file. It means that test3.txt file is the file which is available in the remote. It is available in the local repository also, but it is not available in the working copy. So this point you should remember. Git pull, what it will do? It will pull the code to your working copy as well as staging area, sorry, local repository, committed area, local repo. But when you use the git fetch command, it will only pull the code. It will only pull the code to what? It will only pull the code to your local repo. You cannot see the changes inside the working copy. It just to check, actually, is there any changes happen in the remote? For that reason, only people will use the fetch command. Fetch command just to check, is there any new changes are available in remote repository? If it is available, that will get it and it will be available in the local repository. It will not affect your working copy. If you really want to affect your working copy, of course, you have to go for a git pull command only. A git pull origin main. If you use this one, it will affect your working copy. Now, if I type ls space -al command, I can see test3.txt file is available. Generally, developer, they will use the fetch command just to check, is there any new changes are happened in the remote? They don't want to affect their local working copy. In that case, people will use the git fetch command. Fetch command, it will fetch the code from the remote repository to the local repository, not working copy. So if you really want to affect, then you have to use the git pull command. That's the reason in interview also people will tell, right? Git pull is nothing but is the git fetch and merge, maybe I can call on this. It means that git fetch means it will get the code from the remote repository to local repository, and then we are merging, right? It means that local repository to your working copy. So git pull is the addition of git fetch and merge. Am I clear? What is git pull and what is git fetch?
Yes.
Yeah.
So both are different. Git pull is different, git fetch is different. Guys, do not use git pull in the real time. Try to use git fetch command. First use the git fetch just to check, is there any changes from remote to local? If really there is a changes from remote to local, see. Now let me type once again, you will understand now. If you really write, if I type git fetch command, when you press enter, can you see here, it is going to next command, right? Why? Because there is no changes, right? In my remote, yes or no? There is no changes in my remote. Because already I have pulled the code from the remote to local. And then, suppose git fetch says, right, there is a changes. Say for an example, one more person or maybe a same person, they are committing test4.txt file. And this is my fourth commit. And let me commit this new file. And we have a new file now. Now, if I use git fetch command, it will tell, right? It is saying, yes, there is a changes. But if I use ls space -al, you cannot see that particular file. But if you really want this particular code, you can use the command called git pull origin. Then use the branch name, which is called main. Now if I type ls space -l command, you can find that particular file. So that's the difference between git fetch and git pull. Am I clear? Any questions so far?
Yes, Dinesh.
Okay. The next command, not a next command, in GitHub itself. In GitHub itself. Suppose, for an example, guys, you guys have anyone having the GitHub account? Anyone having the GitHub account? Anyone created any repository in the remote? Anyone created the remote repository? Do you have?
No, Dinesh.
No, right? Okay, no problem. Say for an example, let me search some GitHub account. What is the GitHub account I can create it? Okay, I can download some, say I am typing Selenium. Selenium is open source. Basically, they are managing their complete code in the GitHub only. So let me search the GitHub. All GitHub, click on this. And can you see Selenium? Selenium, they are also using the Git. Selenium is one of the tool, guys. It is a browser automation tool. Right? Let me click on this. And this is the code available in Selenium HQ website. And the repository name is, they made it as a Selenium is the repository name. Selenium is the repository name. And Selenium username, Selenium HQ. Right? And can you see in the right hand side, can you see one option called fork? Fork, right? And they made like 7,500. It means that this particular project, right? This particular project, around 7,500 persons, they have downloaded into their remote repository. So let me explain this. See, for an example, if I click on this fork, I'm going to click on this. I'm going to click on this fork. When you click on this, so the owner is Dinesh Uranium. I am trying to download this Selenium to my account actually. To my account, to my GitHub account, I'm going to fork this account. I'm going to fork this particular repository. Let me click on create fork. Let me click on create fork. So when you click on create fork, so it will take some time. That's it. Now see, Dinesh Uranium is my username. Under my Dinesh Uranium, I can able to see the complete Selenium code. Can you see complete Selenium code? Whatever the code they have written, right? I can able to fork it because it's a public repository. I can able to fork it. So fork means downloading the repo from one remote repo to one remote GitHub account to another GitHub account. Suppose I have around 3 projects now. This is the project I have forked actually, and this is the another project, and this is my own project. Suppose you guys, if you want this particular project, what do you need to do? You have to log into your account. In the search box, you can type this name, and you can be able to see my project, and you can fork it. When you fork, this particular project is available in your remote hub, in your GitHub. That's called forking. Forking means one GitHub account to another GitHub account. If you really want that particular project, you can get it. That is called forking. Are you clear what is forking?
Yes, Dinesh.
I will tell you one more example. Say for an example, the person name is Naveen Reddy. You know or not? I'm not sure. Naveen Reddy is the one of the famous person in Java. He's a Java trainer. So click on this Naveen Reddy. So Naveen Reddy. Okay, let me check in Google. This one. Not sure. Let me check in Google. No, Naveen Reddy. Telescope. Check Telescope. Channel name is Telescope. Press enter. Yes. Naveen Reddy. Data structure using Java. Right? Click on this. Now suppose I want this particular project. Data structure using Java. I need this one into my remote account. Can I able to get it? Yes, right. You can able to get it. How? With help of forking. It is available under the Naveen Reddy, right? Now I am going to copy this particular project into my remote hub. So click on fork. Simple. When you click on fork and click on create fork, that's it. Now, if you check Dinesh Uranium, how many projects are available? I can see data structure using Java, right? Yes or no? I can see data structure using Java. It is available in my account. That's called forking. Are you clear what is forking?
Yeah, Dinesh.
Guys, in the interview, people might ask, what is the difference between clone versus pull versus fetch versus fork? All are different. Clone is different, pull and fetch is different, fork is different. Any question with respect to this? Tell me, I will explain. Any question? I need a quick confirmation. Any question? Difference between clone, pull,
No.
fetch, fork?
No, Dinesh.
Okay, fine. Right. Guys, still in Git, I need to cover 3 more topics. What is branching? I need to cover. And then we need to cover what is a rebase and what is merge. This 3 topic is very important. If I cover, in most of them in the interview, people might ask this question. What is the difference between rebase and merge and branching? But I'm going to cover these 2 topics tomorrow. But today, I will go with another tool I'm going to start. I will stop the Git here. Tomorrow or day after tomorrow, I will tell you what is branching, what is rebase, and what is merge. Let me stop it here. And I'm going to start another tool, which is very, very important, which is Jenkins. I'm going to start Jenkins tools today. Can we start Jenkins today?
Yes, Dinesh.
Guys, so what is Jenkins? How to work with the Jenkins? Everything. Theoretical part, again, I'm not going to cover. I'm going to give some demo today. Then later, first of all, we can install the Jenkins. What are the steps to install the Jenkins? That we'll discuss today. Tomorrow, I will tell you what is Jenkins, why Jenkins, how to use the Jenkins, everything. Today, only the installation part. So here we have some several steps that we have to follow to install your Jenkins server. That I'm going to teach you now. How to install the Jenkins server. Right. For that, I already shared you the documentation in the group. Did you see the documentation I have shared? You all got that document, PDF document?
Yeah, Dinesh.
Yes. So here you can clearly see the Jenkins step, guys. So if you ask me what is Jenkins, it's a CI/CD tool. Simply, I can give one answer. It is a CI/CD tool. It means that continuous integration, continuous deployment tool. Very, very famous tool. Most of the IT company, 95% company, they are using this continuous integration and continuous deployment tool, or we can call it as delivery tool, which is your Jenkins. It's a more powerful tool. It is an open source again. It is an open source tool only. And it is a Java based tool. Remember, it is a Java based tool. So if you want to work with the Jenkins, at least you need Java 11 in your machine. Java has many versions, right? 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. Till we have, I think, 20 versions are available. But in that, minimum Java 11 should be available in your local machine. Then only you can able to use it Jenkins. Otherwise, you cannot use the Jenkins. Minimum Java 11 should be available in your CentOS server. In my case, I'm using CentOS machine, right? Yes. So quickly, I will go to my terminal and I will clear, or I can write cd space ... and I can ls, yes. Now what I will do, I can write present working directory. Yes, okay, fine. Inside the CentOS machine, first of all, I will check whether Java is available in my CentOS server with help of a command called Java space -- version. Yes, it will tell you whether my Java is available or not. When you press enter, It is saying Java command not found. It means that Java is not available in your machine. Then you have to install the Java. You remember, right? We have installed the Git. When you use the Git space hyphen version, you will get an error. Then you have to install the Git. In the same way, for understanding the Jenkins or for installing the Jenkins, first of all, you need a Java. Java is not available in my machine. Java I should install. So for that, I have a command called this one. Whenever if you want to install anything, this command you can go for. Sudo yum install Java. This command you have to use. Sudo yum install Java 11 open JDK we have to use. Wait 1 minute. Sudo yum space -y install Java 11 open JDK. This command you have to use it. Then only you can be able to install Java in your machine. Press enter. Now it is installing Java 11, Java 11th version into your CentOS server. So once it is completed, then we will write Java space -hyphen version. We'll see whether now Java is available or not. Yes. Java 11 got installed. Now you are not seeing any error, right? In my server CentOS machine, I can see Java 11. Everyone clear so far?
Clear.
Now Java is available. Once you have a Java, then we'll go for Jenkins. For that also we have a command. Guys, this is the command to install the Jenkins. This is the command to install the Jenkins. But directly you cannot use this Jenkins command. Before that, you have to follow 2 steps. You have to follow 2 steps. One is you have to download the Jenkins repo. In Jenkins repo, we have one key. That key you have to import. Remember? Step number 1. This is all one-time setup, guys. Step number 1. You need to launch EC2 CentOS server or any server you can launch it. Step number 2. You have to download and install Java 11. Step number 3. We have to install the Jenkins. But before installing the Jenkins, we have to follow certain steps. You have to follow certain steps. If you ask me what is that, first one is you have to download. You have to download Jenkins repo. The another one is when you download the Jenkins repo, right? You will get some key. Which is called Jenkins key. That key we can call it as Jenkins key. That Jenkins key you have to import. You have to import Jenkins key. Then only you can be able to install the Jenkins. First of all, you have to download the repo, and that will give you Jenkins key. That Jenkins key you have to import. And this is what you can see it here. So this curl command, it is to download a Jenkins repo. This is a Jenkins report you are going to download from this particular location. This particular location, right? We have a Jenkins repo. This is the location where you have, can you see here? Here you have a Jenkins repo. This Jenkins repo, you are going to download, and then you will get some key. That key you are going to import. You will get some key. That key you have to import in this particular location. This particular location you have to import. So this is the 2 pre. Okay, no one in the interview people will ask you. Don't worry. Don't think like this command and all people will ask. No, no one will ask. Only you have to tell like first you have to install the Java, then you have to download the repository, you have to import the key, and then you can install the Jenkins. No worry, like don't worry. Like they will ask you this command and you have to tell at the time of interview. Because it will vary server to server. For CentOS machine, this is the command. If you go with the Red Hat machine, there is a different command. Suppose if you go with the Windows machine, different command. Ubuntu, again different. So no one will remember this one. It is available in the Google. You just get it. That's it. Am I clear? Yes, sir.
Yeah, Dinesh. Dinesh, here we are using, everybody are using Windows system, right?
No,
So,
no. In the real time, as a AWS DevOps engineer, you will use the Linux machine. No Windows machine. Generally, the production servers.
Okay, like in order
Servers will be
to-
deployed on the Linux machine,
Yeah.
not Windows.
So here, yeah, we are not able to, send, so don't have it. So
I'm not getting
in order
clear.
to
Your voice
practice
is
it,
breaking.
getting.
Can you come again? Your voice is breaking.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can able to hear you. Tell me.
So as we don't have CentOS in our systems to do the practical, so how we can use Windows?
In
Can
your
we?
system means you
I mean,
mean
like,
your
in order,
AWS.
yeah,
Inside the AWS, you can create the CentOS machine, right? As like I did.
it's a paid one, right? So
It's
for
a
how
paid one.
long?
Then you can go for normal Linux machine, normal Linux server.
So with normal Linux server also we can do all this.
All this
But,
we can do, but this command will not work. For that, we have a different commands.
Okay.
For that, we have a different commands. So if you want, I can share that note, that file also. One
Okay,
steps
please.
are correct. Steps are same, but only the command is different.
Okay.
In normal machine, right? You in default you will get the Java 11. In CentOS, we don't have a Java 11. We have to install. Like that, server to server will vary.
Okay.
Right, in the first day session itself, I said, why I'm using the CentOS machine? Because later I'm going to create a different clusters, Kubernetes
Exactly.
cluster. So for that reason only, initially itself, I'm starting the paid version. Okay.
Yeah.
And in real time also, or more than 60% or 70% company, they are using the CentOS machine only. Some company only they are using like Ubuntu or maybe a Red Hat. But most of the time I see people are using the CentOS, especially the production server. Okay. So once you have a Java installed, then you have to install a repo. Let me go to my terminal and just to paste it. This is the command. I'm going to paste it. Press enter. That's it. Can you see? It is giving a key, right? Name, Jenkins table, base URL. This is the base URL. GPG check equal to 1. Now I have to import the key. For that, this is the command to import the key. This is the command for importing the key. That's it. It's completed. Now this is the time to install your Jenkins with help of a basic command. This is sudo yum install Jenkins. Sudo yum install space -y space Jenkins. You can type. Now press enter. It will install the Jenkins. See, it is installing the Jenkins, which is a 2.387.2. This is the version. It is installed. And once the Jenkins is installed, let me check. Jenkins space hyphen version. What happened? Jenkins space hyphen version. 2 hyphen or 1 hyphen? No. Why? Better. Okay, Jenkins press enter. Jenkins command not found. Wondering. Okay, we'll see. So let me start the Jenkins. How to start the Jenkins? Sudo yum. So not yum. Guys, whenever if you want to start or stop, you have to use the systemctl command. Did you remember? Only to install, only you have to use the yum command. But to start, stop, or status, restart, for that you have to use the systemctl. So sudo systemctl start Jenkins. Press enter. Failed to start Jenkins. Unit not found. What happened? Let me clear this. Solution. Check out. 1 minute, guys. Let me clear it. Starts from beginning. That's what I'm wondering, man. Public key is not installed, but I already installed, right? Public repository itself I have downloaded. Let's see. Okay. Okay. One minute. I think they have changed their documentation. They changed the documentation. This is the command actually. Let me check this command. 1 minute. Let me paste it. RPM command got changed, I think so. Let me clear this. Press enter. Now let me check. Sudo yum install Jenkins. Plus yes. And yes. Yes. Okay. Cool. Now if I write Jenkins space -- version. No. Jenkins space -- version. Press enter. Yes. Jenkins got installed. Guys, only the importing the key, right? URL got changed. So this is the command. I'm sorry, guys. I will leave now. And we'll see tomorrow, guys. Today I have an interview now. I will leave, guys. Okay.
Okay, Dinesh.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Bye.